Welcome to the World History 1 lecture series. At the end of each slide there will be a 10-second delay. Use this time to pause the presentation and complete your notes. When you are done, push play and you will move forward. This lecture will begin in 5 seconds.
Welcome to World History 1 Lecture 8.3 on Islamic contributions, and let's figure out, where is Islam? Well, this is where we find Islam. And this is where we find Islam. It's barren out here. You have to cover vast distances. There's no major empire keeping everything together. And there's limited resources. How did these guys create algebra? And the Arabic alphabet? And astronomy? How does Islam create these contributions if it comes from this type of environment? And how do these contributions make it into the modern era? Well, maybe this environment is not exactly where we find Islam. So with that said, let's go to the next slide. There are many Islamic cultural achievements, and because Islam covered such a vast area, we can see these achievements throughout much of the Western world. So let's first focus on cultural achievements in architecture, and this is the big one. The Kaaba is a shrine in the holy mosque in Mecca built by Abraham and his son Isaac. Pilgrims at the end of the Hajj kiss or touch the holy black stone in its eastern corner. This is the most sacred spot in all of Islam. And you can see all those pilgrims slowly working together so that every one of them gets to kiss or touch the holy black stone. The Dome of the Rock is a shrine in Jerusalem, built over a sacred stone commemorating the spot where Muhammad ascended to heaven in 632 CE. This is the spot where Muhammad died in Jerusalem and then went to heaven. These are sacred places. But where do Muslims go to regularly pray? A mosque is a place of worship for Muslims, whereas a minaret is a tower in which the call to worship is sounded 5 times a day. So this is a mosque where Muslims worship, and this tall structure is a minaret where someone will go to the top and call or sing out the call to prayer. Go to the next slide. Let's now focus on cultural achievements in art, writing, and education. And what you will see is that because Islam covers such vast distances, it will be impacted by the cultures it encounters as much as it will impact those cultures. For example, mosaics were brought into Islamic culture through Byzantium influences. What does that mean? It means Islam is going to adopt an art form that was first seen in the Greek Orthodox Church. On the other hand, the Arabic alphabet was used to translate texts into Arabic, the language of the Quran. So now Muslims are finding these old texts in Greek and Latin, and they are translating them into Arabic. The oldest universities were founded within the empire between 859 to 1065 CE. Muslims are highly educated, and they are preserving Greco-Roman culture through Arabic texts. There's also Islamic literature, which includes the Quran, which is the Word of God, the Rubaiyat, which is Persian poetry, and Arabian Nights, which demonstrated the reach and scope of the empire. There's Aladdin. Yes, Disney kind of ripped this off. Go to the next slide. Finally, let's look at cultural achievements in science. And once again, the size of the Islamic Empire will directly impact these achievements. For example, the Muslims take the Indian numbering system, including the concept of zero, and create Arabic numerals as well as algebra. We use Arabic numerals in our society today. They got this all the way from India. The use and understanding of medicine expands during the Islamic Golden Age. That's from 800 to 1500 CE. Take a look at that picture. That looks like it hurts. Ouch. And the great distances that Muslims must travel will affect how they look at the world. The Muslims expand their geographical knowledge through cartography, which is map making, and long range trading. The Muslims become masters at traveling long distances. That's it for this lecture, and I look forward to seeing you in class.